Hey, welcome back everyone. My name is Denise. I'm with Dark Star Pottery. And I have a little tale to tell. It's a little bit of a woe tale. I did a kiln opening on Tuesday and the whole kiln didn't fire. I didn't even hit a cone 5. I was having trouble with it firing hot. So the whole thing, I just left it in and I refired it, and that came out yesterday better. I mean, it better, but I will show you that in a minute. So then I had another kiln load to go in, and I was really, really worried. So when the kiln shut off after only 5 hours, and it usually runs about six and a half, it's a manual kiln, so I was fussing with it, trying to get it to restart, which I was able to do, and it ran for 6.5 hours, but way hot cone 7. So, yeah, I did not have the cone packs positioned well enough for the peephole to look through the peephole, so I have a little bit of work to do with that. But I'm going to show you what we did. So the first bunch is fired twice, and I had a couple of soap dishes, and first one, just a little soap dish. This is just ancient jasper ×2 and 1 time of river birch. Again, these are fired twice. This does look different than when it came out of the other fire, but it's not bad. It's just a cute little soap dish. Now this one I actually did not refire because I thought it looked fine, and not a soap dish, a spoon rest. Oh goodness, spoon rest. Okay, this one is 2 times midnight rain, and then 1 time seaweed on the rim. Yeah, I didn't mind that. So this one actually did not go back in the fire, so that barely hit a cone 5, and I didn't think that was too bad. Oh, that has crap on the back. All right, the last one was just 3 times blue rutile, and again, I actually did not refire this one. This is the way blue rutile came out, at just under, it wasn't even a cone 5, I don't know, 4.5. And I really thought that was pretty. So for a spoon rest, when I don't have to worry about it, you know, being necessarily, you know, food safe, nobody's eating off of it, I didn't think that was too bad. So those were my spoon rests. In the refire, I did 2 soap dishes. This is just raspberry mist, and I actually just did 2 coats because I felt like I got really nice coverage out of it. So raspberry mist, and it actually stayed flat even through the second firing, which I was really pleased about. And just a little trinket dish to go with that. A little bit of texture. 2 coats of raspberry mist. That's by Mako. This one I refired and it didn't come out any better. This actually was 3 coats of rainforest. And I thought in the refire it would have gotten more glossy. And I did not put additional glaze on it. I just refired it, and I thought it might just melt more, and it did not. Although it's kind of distressed and rugged. Somebody might like that. And then I did, oops, oh, sorry. It feels like my video is a little off as well today. I guess it's just going to be that kind of day. And then I did just a little trinket dish again. That's, oh, I guess it's got a little warp. Rainforest. I like the way it broke over the texture though. Okay, we're gonna get into the mugs. I'll show you the ones that refired well, and then we'll move on. Okay, so this is, I think, a sweet little mug. I did a little flower design at the handle. This is 3 coats of Flex Blossom inside. Okay, and then I have 2 coats. of ancient jasper. Oh, wait, excuse me. First, 2 coats of honey flux the whole way. Then 2 coats of ancient jasper, and then 2 coats of textured turquoise. In the original fire, it barely, I mean, the color didn't move. At least when I refired it, there was some movement. And I actually don't mind this. I think this came out lovely. So that's okay. And I did check them, and these did end up being vitrified, because I was really worried about that as well. This mug, what is this? Okay. This is 3 times Norse blue inside and the top half. It's 3 times blue rutile on the bottom half. And then it's 2 times seaweed outside over both the Norse blue and the blue rutile. Again, the first firing, it looked really kind of ridiculous. So this I'm much happier with. We got some beautiful runs, some lovely coloration. So not bad on the refire. Again, vitrified. This one actually looks exactly the same after it was refired. So, did I say refried? Oh my gosh. I think I'm fried. Maybe I need another cup of coffee, a little caffeine maybe. All right, just a simple little mug, straight-sided little mug. We have 3 times peacock inside and outside. And what did I do? Shipwreck, I'm sorry. 3 times peacock inside and outside, and then 2 times shipwreck just to here. Should have put 3 times, might have even wanted to add a little flux on it. I mean, I don't mind it. It's just not, you know, like wowza, but yeah, and again, vitrified, so I'm good with that. This was a test, and I don't think that the refire didn't do it any favors. I just didn't think that this was gonna work. We were gonna try Cordovan with birch on the top and let them overlap, because we've seen examples of that and really liked it. Well, of course, the supplier didn't have birch, and I didn't have time to order it. So I thought, well, you know, sometimes snow plays well with other colors. So this is 2 times snow inside and out to here. 2 times Cordovan here and where they overlapped. My husband loves this. I don't know why. I don't think it's very attractive at all, but maybe to the certain aesthetic. It's very rugged. I mean, and there's nothing wrong. There's no flaws or anything. It didn't oil spot. It didn't texture, and obviously we're going to wait until we get birch to try that again. So this one was a complete and utter fail with the refire, though. Let me confirm what this is. So this is 3 times Cordovan in, which actually came out beautiful, and out, all of it. And then just over it by 2/3 is 2 coats of Nimbus. Now, in the first fire, it was a very different, the coloring wasn't bad, and there was a little tiny bit of this. The refire, the color turned not quite as pretty. I mean, look at how pretty it is on the handle. But look at all the blisters. Ay. So I don't know if I'm gonna try to refire this again, because there was no blistering after that first firing. But I don't even know if it's if it's worth it. I mean, some of this color on the bottom could have been really pretty if it would have been the whole way. So, but boy, I have never had anything blister so much. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. So yeah, that one's a fail. The only other thing in the refire, it wasn't in the original fire, is a little gnome trinket jar. So Angela at AP Pottery, I love her gnomes and I love her gnome mugs, and I caught a little bit of gnome fever. So she had made a mushroom trinket jar, and I joked with her and I said we should do gnome jars. And now this is huge. I did not intend for it to come out so big. And the lid is heavy. And I mean, I had a little bit of engineering with the flange and the gallery. I had a gallery in the jar and then I took it off. And I mean, there was some maneuvering. So let's just talk about what this is. This is, and these are all in Kentucky Mudworks Iceman. So this is 2 times alabaster for the nose. I don't know where I'm supposed to be looking. It looks like I'm looking off to the side. I am sorry, this is gonna be funky. I'm having trouble all around today. So we're just gonna chalk it up to the cosmos and we're just going with it. But it doesn't look like I'm looking in the camera. No, it looks like I'm looking off to the side, weird. All right, so this is 2 times winter wood for his beard. And I did carving all the way around. And then I did 2 coats of a hot tamale stroke and coat on the inside to match his hat. So the hat is 2 times hot tamale stroke and coat. And then for the little bird, I thought I had picked up just plain My Blue Heaven, but I picked up the speckled My Blue Heaven. So he's a speckled bluebird, not a regular bluebird. But he actually, I mean, because this lid is really heavy. I don't know what I was thinking, but it actually, so there we go. I think this is darling, and I think I will work on engineering the hat, because the jar on the bottom is a fine size, but this, anyway, so there's my little gnome trinket jar. Okay, so then I just pulled these out of the kiln this morning. So like I said, it tripped off after only 5 hours and I panicked yesterday. I'm trying to get ready for this market tomorrow, and there were a couple of things in there that I really wanted to have. So I was fussing with, because I have a kiln sitter, so when the little temperature bar bends, then the kiln turns itself off. So I kept fussing with the tension bar on the little kiln sitter latch and making it taller and taller, taller so it would stay latched. And I got a 6, and I only meant it to run 6 hours, and then I'm not gonna blame him. Husband comes home and, so it ran 6.5 hours, and then I manually turned it off. Really hot 7. So, but some of these, came out fine. So, bunny. I did 2 more bunnies. I did them this time on Kentucky Mudworks Rue clay, which is a light buff speckled clay. And then I just put 2, God, I miss the ears. Oh, I did 2 coats of Kentucky Mudworks Glacier. Really picked up nice. Again, it's a more satin glaze, but I think in the heat of the kiln it went glossy and it's fine. This time I did not put any color in anywhere else, but I think he is adorable. Now, his sister had a little accident when I was sanding off the bottoms before they went into the glaze fire. I knocked off the ear. So what I thought was, well, I'm just gonna try to glaze it and glaze it back on, which that didn't work. But not only did it not work, but it tumbled off and it landed on its, yeah. So what I might do is try to Dremel that off and just use some Goop 6000 or something and glue it back on, and then it would be for me, because I think it's cute. But out of the 6 bunnies I made, I guess if only one lost an ear, I guess that's not too bad. And it was my fault. I'm sanding at the sink. Usually I do it outside, and but I just had a couple, and I had my little bucket of water, so all the sanding goes in the water, and I picked it up like this to check the bottom, and just tinked the sink faucet. Anyway, funny. All right, so in this kiln load, I did a couple of things. And everybody, and there are too many of you to name, but certainly Jane at Shoebox and Audrey at Audrey Lynn Studios, and well, even Angela. Everybody's doing mushrooms. Oh, even Lisa at Lisa Finkel. So, what the heck? I had a little bit of roux left. I made a couple of them. I left the stems bare because I thought I wouldn't mind seeing the buff with the speckles. Underneath, I watered down Cordovan and put it in the ribs and then wiped it back. And that's, I mean, I guess that's okay. This one though is topped with 1 time of the Blue Azure Jungle Gems. Now, I think it would have come out differently if I would have only fired the cone, 5.5 or 6 instead of, uber 7. But I don't mind that for my first little mushroom. And they all stand up. This one, again, just I left the bottom raw clay. And on the top of this one is the Jungle Gems Blooming Blue. Yeah, I don't mind that. I think it's cute. And I like the way the raw clay on the with the roux came out. That's okay. All right, and then one more, and this is the Mako Elements line, not the Jungle Gems, and this is Moss Creek. So it's rusty. This one didn't have as many crystals, so it's kind of dull. Same on the bottom with the rib. Yeah, mushrooms. I hadn't done that before. So also not done before and inspired by Angela, because now I'm a gnome fanatic. But these didn't come out well at all. Not well at all, but I think it's good to show the good, the bad, the ugly. Garden stakes. I have this market right tomorrow, and I've been yammering about it, about that it's at a nursery, and so garden stakes. So I just traced out a little gnome design and cut it out of roux. I don't know if it's too thick. I made the end pointy. Hopefully it sticks in the dirt. The top of his hat is Stroke and Coat Hot Tamale. His brim is, oh shoot. It's that speckled cream, not speckled cottontail. What? Vanilla? Oh shoot, now I can't remember. His nose I just left raw, and the beard is a little bit of Kentucky Mudworks Glacier. Now, I tried my hand with under glazes and just a blue. I didn't stamp really well. The glaze didn't come out very well. It's supposed to say my garden, and it's, maybe we'll just go in my garden. But I might play with this design, because who doesn't love a gnome in your garden, right? I did too. This one, the stamping of the word came out a little bit better, but I don't think I like that too much better anyway. So, and the roux got a little gray because it fired so hot. If you fire roux to 5 or 6, it's more toasty, it's more buffy. If you go higher than that, it gets a little gray. So, I mean, that's not great either, but garden stakes. Okay. All right, so because this got so hot, but at least I had them on cookies. It stuck on the cookie. I was able to knock it off. I have yet to have had to get the diamond grinding pads. I'm usually very conservative with my glaze. So if I want to sell this at the market tomorrow, I'm going to have to figure out how to get that off. But let me tell you what this is. This is 3 times white opal inside and the top third. This is my first time using white opal. It's really lovely. I wasn't sure if it would be. I don't know. I think it's kind of similar to Honey Flex. Anyway, I did 2 times sea salt on the bottom, which is why it ran. I did stagger it, but not enough, obviously. And then in the middle is copper float, except, you know, you can see some of the copper, but it doesn't like a hot 7 so much, I guess. It almost looks like root beer or something. But we do have some of those coppery bits. So I don't mind that at all. I think it's a lovely little mug. I just have to. All right, this one, I think if I have a little Dremel tool, it won't come off yet. It's kind of on there, you see? But I think if I can get it off the cookie, it should be okay. Because I really like the mug. And there was a little tiny, well, you can't see it now, but I'm gonna show you the area. There was a really tiny hairline crack here, and I wasn't sure if it was just, you know, sometimes when you're putting on the handle, you don't clean it up well enough, and there's, you know, maybe a little raised bit. So I wasn't sure, and I thought, well, go ahead and glaze it. If the handle falls off, then the handle falls off. It's not a big deal. But if it's superficial, the glaze will be fine. And yeah, I mean, so it must have just been superficial. So let me tell you what this is, because I think this is really pretty. This is 3 times soft aqua inside and out the top half. 3 times Norse blue on the bottom. Light flux ×2 where they meet. And then 2 times power turquoise just on the rim. I like it. I think that came out nice. I really love the way the power turquoise played with the light aqua, or the soft aqua. Yeah, I like it. That's a keeper, so I gotta work on that. This one is just plain easy peasy. 2 times Norse blue, whoops, sorry, inside and outside. That's Mako's Norse blue. And then I just did 2 times soft white, about, you know, to here. That's it. I just wanted to see how the two of them, except this is a bloat from the Rue, as is this. Rue doesn't like firing that hot. So it's really weird. They're almost exactly up on the other side from each other. But that's what that is. Those are bloats. Isn't that fun? All right. These were the 2 important mugs, and I'll do this one next. I have not tried a lot of these, I don't know what you guys are calling them, tags or medallions or plates, but one of the things, I live close to horse country down here in Florida. Marion County is, some say, has more horse horse farms than Kentucky. I don't believe it, but so there might be horsey people that come to the show. So I wanted to give this a try. So I was really hoping that this mug didn't get destroyed with my crazy kiln craziness. So this is 2 times Norse blue inside and 2 times Norse blue outside. Okay. Over the Norse blue outside, I did 2 times tiger eye. And I was really careful around here. I wasn't sure if the 2 of those would run, so I tried to kind of hold it back a little bit around the horse. And then in here is just, I put actually Norse blue. I just painted it in the lines, and where I overdid, I just wiped it back. And then I put 1 coat of that Spectrum clear glaze on top of that. Horsey mug. Okay, last one. All right. Oh my, be still my heart. And this one almost, I mean, it almost. It's flat. It's almost. I love this gnome mug. All right, so let me tell you what I did. 2 times iron luster inside and outside, all the way down. 2 times oatmeal, just I wipe my brush on the rim, and then only to, you know, I left only to here really. I was really afraid it was gonna like zoom. So I was really, really careful about that. I didn't put any oatmeal on the brim of his hat. And I was surprised that the winter wood went wacky and ran like that. So this is 2 times alabaster on his nose and 2 times winter wood on his beard. Look how pretty that handle is. Got some really pretty drips. No mug. Okay, that's it. Well, thank you for traveling the journey with me. I actually will not probably be doing very much new making for the next couple of weeks. The market's Saturday, not tomorrow, Saturday. And then Monday we leave to travel to Michigan for my niece's wedding. And so we'll be up there for about a week or so, and then we'll be traveling back. So enjoy. Thank you for traveling with me on this crazy odyssey. And I hope you get a chance today to get some creative fun and play in your life. I guess we will see you here next time. Thanks for watching.